Welcome back to the channel. For today's review, we're taking a look at the Hunter Stallion figure from Armor Hero. This is another one from Degenerator Toys. The first one I reviewed was Hunter Jackal. Something that just dawned on me is that on the front of the box, this is not the figure, you know, as like Bandai's Senkocho Seiho line, but this is actually the suit from the show. Because on the side you can see that there's like this fuzzy mane portion, but that's actually not on the figure. It's just this like blue hard plastic piece, which is kind of sad. I kind of wish he came with some kind of fuzzy thing to represent his mane. But yeah, on the side of the box just says a name. On the back just has a picture of the figure itself and then some information about it. It's like 1/12 scale, which one it is in the series, ABS, PVC. And then on the other side it just says the name. So let's open up this box and see if this figure is worth picking up. And here he is out of his packaging. He has this really nice crimson armor on with the gold and the blue accents throughout. The eyes are really cool. They've got like this, like these lines going through it underneath, so it's not like a compound eye like Kamen Riders, but I think this is a pretty cool design. Then again, like I was talking about with his mane on the box, this is just a hard plastic piece, nothing soft about it. But he is, I guess, designed after a horse, or, you know, someone who rides on a horse. But I think that's kind of cool. It's like these large shoulder pads that get out of the way. You see his belt has like a horse design down here. If it'll zoom in on it. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of got like a stallion horse motif. He's not as intricate as Hunter Jackal, so no little, you know, inscriptions all over his armor. I mean, he's got this on the back. You can kind of see, I don't even know what that says, just without looking at it through a camera lens, but that's kind of cool. And then he does have something on his bracelets, but also nothing that you can really read. He's got texture on the inside of his thighs, and then down on his feet. A little bit of design, and then on the bottoms it's pretty smooth down here, except he does have like a little heel on his boot, so it gives him a little bit of height. But yeah, so aesthetic wise, I mean, I think this guy looks pretty cool. Only reason why I picked him up is because he was $45 on BBTS, so they were doing a sale on him for Black Friday. I decided to grab him to add to my collection. If I like him, I'll keep him. If not, I'll get rid of him. But to get into his articulation, he can look up about that much, which isn't a lot, and then he can look down about that much. His helmet goes over this back collar piece, so having him look up is, you know, can't do it, but when you push it down past that collar piece, he can look down a lot. I want to see if this one has the same weird head peg as Hunter Jackal, and yep, looks like it. So on the inside, they still insist on doing just like one end of the ball peg that sits down to the neck that you can move around, but the other side you can't. Also, it's cool to see that this is a translucent plastic, so like his whole front of his mask is made in this translucent plastic, and they just painted over it with the gunmetal and then the black and red, which is pretty cool. And that's what it looks like to put it back on. The neck has movement, but you're not really going to be able to utilize that. The shoulders. Let's see, set his head up straight. His head also crashes with his shoulder armor because he's got like all this Imperial helmet stuff on. They get up to about that far. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Then his wrist is on a normal ball hinge. Actually, let's double check because I know they have weird joints. And they're hard to take off. Yeah, so let's see if it'll focus. So it has a normal ball hinge for his wrist. I don't know if they're gonna keep making these guys or they have new ones in the pipeline or something, but I hope they articulate or update the head articulation. That's kind of annoying. Even Tamashii Nations tries to, you know, improve on that aspect with their Kamen Riders. For the ab crunch, he goes back this much, and that's using both joints. And then goes forward this much, which isn't bad. Can't complain. The sculpt does continue up in here, which is nice. You do see a gap though, like right here, but he's mostly black and blue, so you don't really notice it. He does have waist swivel, waist twist. His belt is a separate piece. These pieces on his legs are soft-ish, but not soft enough, so they're not really gonna get out of the way. Then if I push it more than this, I hear like a weird / scary creaking noise, so we're not gonna try that. He does have thigh swivel, double jointed knees that are good, and then they look good too with the kneecap here. And then for the ankles, he has a good ankle rocker. Goes up about that much, goes down about that much, and then toe joint right there. So yeah, I mean, you can get him into whatever poses he needs to get into. He'll look cool doing it on your shelf. I will say that Hunter Jackal can pose a little bit better than he can, because he doesn't have to worry about this like weird skirt piece that's not really soft plastic. I mean, it's kind of soft, but it's pretty stiff. But yeah, regardless, I mean, I still think they'd look good on the shelf next to each other. So let's get him out of the way and then take a look at his accessories. Okay, so he doesn't come with a lot, so I'm just gonna run through them real quick. So he comes with 2 hands for like cupping something, which is probably cupping his like, he comes with like a gun in 2 different forms, so it's probably for that. Comes with 2 peace sign hands, which are pretty cool. If I had a Kuga to like pair him with, I would put these 2 together and have one doing a peace sign, one doing the thumbs up. Then he comes with the 2 trigger finger hands. These are all painted and sculpted nicely. Then he has this one hand that is for like a tighter grip hand. Then he has a relaxed hand. Two of these guys, and then 2 of the grip hands too. Those are all the hands he comes with. I think that's a good spread. You can do everything you want to do with them. And then for his weapons, he comes with this really cool like shotgun blaster thing. And I guess in the show it transforms. I don't know. I haven't seen this show. I've only seen the characters and I thought it looked cool. And then a different version of it where it's got like this sharp bit on the end. So like looking at them side by side, they're pretty similar, but yeah, this one has like this sharp bit on the end. If anyone's seen this show and like to explain what these weapons are, it looks like it has an attachment down here that like this part folded back to gain access to this different form of it. But yeah, feel free to tell me down below all the lore on this show and like what his weapons are called and stuff, because the box does not help. Then here it is in like a compact blaster gun mode, which is pretty cool. I like how all his weapons is just like a improved version of gun. I appreciate that. That's cool. And then he comes with this arm band thing. I don't know what this is. Does it just fold down to like a shield? Is it like a like henshin device, a morpher or something? I don't know. This is cool. If you know what this is called too, let me know down in the comments below. And let me know if I should take a look at the show and where I can take a look at it. I like the designs, but again, it's kind of hard to find stuff online about this show, especially on YouTube. So yeah, I mean, I hope that covers all of his accessories for this guy. The only other thing he comes with is a stand, which is pretty cool. I wish Machinations would give us more of these. It has his little logo on there with his helmet, and then it comes with the arm piece as well, which is really nice. But yeah, hopefully this covers all of his basic stuff he comes with or uses in the show. If they left something out, maybe they'll make like an extra version of him. But let's get into size comparison. All right, and for our first size comparison, here he is standing next to Hunter Jackal. I will say that looking at these two side by side, it's nice that you can kind of see that this guy has a neck, and Hunter Jackal is kind of just head and then chest, which is unfortunate. I mean, you can lift his head up a little bit, but it still doesn't look the same as Hunter Stallion here. They're standing at the same height. They do look like they belong to the same show. But yeah, I don't know. This guy is just more innate. He can do a lot more because, again, his hips aren't restricted. But they do have a lot of the same design aesthetics, the really flat feet, the same hands, you know, the same like kind of cuff aesthetic, and then they both have their different belts that have the same pattern that wraps around their waist for the belt portion. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if I'll collect any more of these unless there's a design that really looks super cool. But yeah, they'll look good standing next to each other if you can obtain both. Then here he is standing next to a NECA Ninja Turtle and then a Marvel Legends Iron Man figure. Again, these guys are short. They're, you know, SH figure art size, so they're not gonna fit in on the scale for either of these two guys. But again, you can fudge it in pictures, make him look good. I think it'd be cool if you had like the Tamashii Nations movie Iron Man suits and having them paired up together, just because they have that same like red and gold aesthetic. And then here he is standing next to a Super Saiyan Full Power Goku and then a 1.0 figure arts Vegeta from the Resurrection F movie. He's taller than both these guys, which is pretty cool. So again, he'll scale well with your SH figure arts collection unless you have like a really big one. But yeah, I think they look good together and they'll look good on the shelf. So for final thoughts, I don't really know if I'm going to keep this guy. I mean, he's cool. I like his design, but some of the articulation flaws and everything, I don't know. I mean, I hope Degenerator Industry is working on, you know, updating their molds and getting maybe 2.0s out of these guys, but this one, I mean, I guess I'm happy I got him for $45. If you can still find him for that price and you like his design, it's worth it. If not, I mean, just wait for either somebody else to make it or for them to make a 2.0. His accessories are cool, but yeah, definitely not worth paying anything over 40 bucks for this guy. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.